What's going on there, guys? How are the Battlefielders doing today? I'm doing pretty solid, short of an ear infection. It feels like there's a midget kicking my tragus right now, but no big deal, something I can't muscle through. I wanted to do something a little bit differently today, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about the DLC, and kind of give you a overview, kind of look, and impression of the Naval Strike DLC. Now, it just released today for PC. It released a few days ago for the Xbox One, and a few days before that, as intended, it was released on the PlayStation 4 and I think the X360. So I now think it's out on all platforms. I'm not sure about PS3, but I would assume it would have been out already, but there's still that, so it should be out on all platforms right now. And I want to kind of give you an idea about what the game types are like, what the new hovercraft is like, and all these other things. So I'm going to try to mash that into one awesome little video for you guys. So here we go, without further ado, Naval Strike. Best thing I can do to summarize this thing is this is my favorite DLC to drop on a Battlefield game since I've been playing Battlefield. And I say this because the maps are beautiful. They are similar yet different, and I know that's very, very confusing. I'll talk about that in a minute. But they're similar but different. The addition to the hovercraft is absolutely beautiful. There's only one or two bad guns in the DLC, and the other ones are extremely reliable. So at the end of the day, you have a pretty successful DLC when you have pretty awesome guns, the best maps that I've seen in a game so far, and a new hover bike that not only allows you to, you know, go on water, but allows you to take it up on land and climb mountains and stuff. That's freaking awesome. I want to adopt one right now. So it's a really, really cool thing when you combine all of those great elements. Most DLCs in Battlefield usually have one or two. They have a solid game type, or in crappy maps, vice versa, or the maps are designated and created for one specific type. Now, I have not played Rush on these maps yet. I've played Conquest and Carrier Assault, and the first thing I want to dive right into is Carrier Assault. Alas, I think we finally have a game type that's going to stay alive for longer than a week. Now, you've seen them bring in things, air superiority, and all these different things, gun game. They seem fun, you can hop on with friends, but they're not generally populated heavily. I think that between the Conquest and the Rush, Carrier Assault has an opportunity to be the third wheel. In a good way, in a good way. It's kind of got this opportunity to be there and have a good presence and stay active with enough support. It's like combining the two elements of the already existing two games and putting them together. This is my favorite game type right now. I love Rush, I love Conquest, but I like the mixture of both. And these maps do justice to them, because some of them, for example, the one I'm playing on right now, Wavebreaker, it's kind of close quarters. It's like domination between these three objectives in the middle, then you got guys taking care of the outside that are in the armor and vehicles, but they also have lanes where they can drive up on you with boats alongside here. It's a really, really cool map, and some of the other ones vary. For example, Lost Islands, they have a very, very wide open map. All of these, you could be shot from so many different angles. So cover is essential. Peeking and looking where you're going is essential. You have to change your playstyle for these a little bit, but the game type is freaking incredible. The maps are absolutely beautiful, and they vary. The part where I said they're so similar is because they all kind of have that same feel. They're all, you definitely have to worry about getting shot from all angles, which generally would upset people, but this is war. You're on islands. There should be, you know, firing points. It doesn't have to be clusterfuck alley right down one hallway. It doesn't have to be that. So I think that stays true to what it is, but on top of that, I like the way that the maps are built, because you have things like Naval Strike, where things are going like that. Then you have the vertical map with mortar. And then you have this map right here, where the main three objectives are on the inside, and you control those. So they have a wide variety. Then you have Lost Islands, where you have a plane on a tiny island that is able to be shot by every other island in the map. So you have to be smart with how you defend these things, take things over, and each map offers a different playstyle. Some of the maps, like for example this one right here, I can run around comfortably on Assault. You don't want to try that on Lost Islands. There's too many things flying around and too many things floating around. You just can't do that. You want to run Engineer on a map like that. So some of the maps allow you to play those different things. I like running Assault when I'm playing inside of this map, or even on Naval Strike or something like that. There are opportunities for those things. So I think there's a great variety in the maps. Now, the hovercraft is absolutely beautiful. I think it's balanced because it doesn't have a gun on it. If it had a gun, that thing would just be redonkulously strong. It's a transport vehicle that is easy to roadkill people. It's a bumper car that can not only surface on land, but also stay on water. And it's great for transport or going across the objectives, things like Lost Islands. You can just like, oh, look, there's an island. Are we going to detour? Fuck no, over the top. And it's just a really, really cool thing for transport, and I don't know, I think they're pretty awesome. On top of that, you also have the opportunities with the new weapons. SR2, hands down, best PDW in the game. The thing is nasty. The recon weapon, Yeah, this thing. You ever ate, like, chips in your bed and then you just can't sleep because you're rolling all around in crumbs? That's the equivalent of using this weapon. It's like, no matter what you do, you want to use it, you're excited, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just try this out. And then it just sucks every step of the way, and you can't do anything about it. It's horrible. It's horrible. So that's about the only real flaw to it. I think I would have liked another bolt action, but again, they had to do something to switch it up. We can't always just have bolt actions. But they could have honestly given us a better weapon in a different type. The AWS is absolutely beautiful. So again, I think they did good with great maps. I think they did good with a great game type that has a long-term playability. If people supported it enough, it could be a very, very popular game type. And I think they just nailed it out of the park with this DLC. It's the best DLC I've seen in a Battlefield game since I've been playing in the last few years, and I absolutely love it. So there's my review on it. I will catch you guys on another video tomorrow. Be sure to smash that like button. It always helps out. We hit over 2,500 on yesterday's episode. Be great if we can replicate that one today. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go eat chips in bed. Your bed, just because I want to troll your ass.